Man, let me take you back to a rainy afternoon in Philly, where the sky was dumping buckets, and a kid named Jamal Carter, just 12, was hustling through the downpour, his beat-up hoodie barely keeping him dry. He's clutching a backpack heavier than his dreams, with $3.75 in loose change jingling in his pocket bus fare to get him home. Maybe grab a snack if he's lucky. But then he sees her, this older lady, standing frozen on Market Street, rain soaking her fancy coat, looking like she's lost in her own world, eyes wide with panic, like she's forgotten who she is. Now, Jamal's no stranger to struggle as mom. Keisha works double shifts at Mercy Hospital, barely keeping the lights on since his dad passed in a warehouse accident. He could have kept walking, like everyone else dodging the rain. But something in him, maybe his dad's old saying, you see someone hurting, you step up, makes him stop. Ma'am, you okay? He asks, soft, like he's talking to his grandma. She blinks, confused, says her name's Vivian Harper, but she's got no clue where she's supposed to be. Jamal spots a locket around her neck, engraved with an address 1320 Chestnut Avenue, a ritzy part of town, miles away. He checks his phone. It's a 2-bus trip, and his $3.75? Just enough to cover both their fares. No way he's leaving her out here. So he says, come on, mess. Vivian, I got you. And they're off, his sneakers squishing through puddles, her leaning on his arm like he's her lifeline. The bus rides a slog. Philly traffic's no joke, and Vivian's dozing, mumbling stuff that doesn't make sense. Jamal's keeping an eye on her, ignoring the stares from folks wondering why a kid like him's playing guardian to some rich white lady. They make it to Chestnut Avenue, a street lined with mansions that look like they belong in a movie. Jamal helps her up the steps of this huge brownstone, rings the bell, and a frantic housekeeper answers. Ms. Harper, we've been calling everyone. Where were you? Vivian, still foggy, points at Jamal. This boy, he brought me home. The housekeeper tries to slip him a 20, but Jamal shakes his head. Just glad she's safe, ma'am. He turns to walk away, knowing he's got a 5-mile trek back to North Philly, through neighborhoods his mom told him to steer clear of after dark. Rain's coming down harder now, and his heart's heavy, but he feels right, you know? That walk home. Brutal. By mile 3, Jamal's shivering, his duct-taped sneakers falling apart, and his phone's blowing up with texts from Keisha. Where you at? Home by 6, Jamal. It's already 7:30, and he knows he's in deep. When he finally stumbles into their tiny apartment at 10 p.m., Keisha's in her nurse scrubs, eyes blazing. Jamal Carter, you trying to kill me? I almost called the cops. He tries to explain about Vivian, the bus fare, the walk, but he's shaking so bad, teeth chattering, that Keisha's anger melts into worry. She pulls him into a hug, his wet clothes soaking hers, and whispers, you're a good kid, but you scared me half to death. Next morning, Jamal's burning up fevers at 101, coughs like gravel in his chest. By afternoon, it's 103, and Keisha's freaking out. She calls out of work, a big no-no with her boss, Linda Grayson, who's all about rules and schedules. Over the phone, Linda's ice cold. Keisha, this is your 3rd miss this year. Be here by 3 p.m., or you're done. Keisha's got no choice. Jamal's her world, so she stays home. And sure enough, the termination email hits. Effective immediately, your employment is terminated. That night, Jamal's fever spikes to 104, his breathing's wet and ragged, and Keisha knows it's pneumonia. No insurance, no savings, just a kid who needs a doctor. She swallows her pride and drives him to Mercy Hospital, praying for a miracle. At the ER, it's chaos. Keisha's begging her old friend, Nurse Tanya, to sneak Jamal in. Tanya risks it, gets him to a back room, starts in 4, but then Linda storms in, face like thunder. Keisha, you're trespassing. Using hospital resources for free. Security now. Keisha's pleading. He's got pneumonia. Linda, he's 12. But Linda's unmoved, barking. Take him to a clinic like everyone else. Jamal, half conscious, mumbles, Mom, what's going on? And Keisha's heart breaks as security drags them out, the 4 dangling uselessly. In the parking lot, rain's falling again, and Keisha's sitting in their rusty Chevy, wondering how it all went so wrong. Then, out of nowhere, a sleek Mercedes pulls up, and there's Vivian Harper, looking sharp, not a trace of the lost woman from Tuesday. She taps on Keisha's window. You Jamal's mom? Keisha's stunned. How do you know my son? Vivian's eyes soften. He saved me, got me home when I was wandering, confused me. Alzheimer's kicks in sometimes. She sees Jamal, pale and shivering, and her face hardens. They won't treat him here? Stay put. She marches into the hospital, and 10 minutes later, she's back with Linda, who's pale as a ghost. Vivian's voice is steel. Get this boy inside. He's getting VIP care, no questions. Keisha's jaw drops. Turns out, Vivian owns Mercy Hospital, and she's not playing around. Within an hour, Jamal's in a suite bigger than their apartment, for antibiotics flowing, Dr. Patel, the top doc, personally checking on him. Linda's gone fired on the spot for her callous stunt. Vivian pulls Keisha aside, says, "Your son gave up everything to help me. Now it's my turn." She offers Keisha a job as head of nursing, with a fat salary and full benefits, plus a promise. No kid gets turned away from her hospital again. Keisha's crying. Jamal's recovering, and Vivian? She's found something she didn't know. She was missing a family, not by blood, but by heart. 3 months later, Mercy's a different place. Keisha's policies make sure compassion comes first. Jamal's back at school, killing it on the debate team. His story's gone viral, racking up millions of views. Vivian sets up the Jamal Carter Scholarship Fund, naming him the first recipient, and at a big event, she hands him her dad's old locket, engraved with "Help First." Jamal's words at a hospital conference 2 years later sum it up. Kindness isn't just a moment, it's a chain reaction, changing lives you'll never even see. So, what do you think? Would you have done what Jamal did? Dropped everything for a stranger? Or do you think Keisha should have fought Linda harder? Drop a comment. Tell me your take. What's kindness worth in a world that's always rushing by? Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep these stories alive.